Welcome back to the Dinar and Dong Updates channel, your reliable destination for truth, analysis, and global financial insights, especially focused on the Iraqi dinar. Today's report is not your typical update. This isn't based on hearsay, anonymous tips, or whispered rumors. What we're bringing you is grounded, official, and potentially life-changing. In a moment that will likely be remembered in Iraqi economic history, Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani addressed the nation and made a definitive, groundbreaking declaration. For those who have invested in the Iraqi dinar, some for many years, this announcement is what you've been anticipating all along. The speculation is over. What was once a distant hope has now entered the realm of reality. What began as a standard government update quickly escalated into something monumental. The Prime Minister discussed infrastructure initiatives, reforms in public institutions, and strategic goals for Iraq's economic development. But then, in a sudden and unmistakable shift in tone, he looked directly into the camera and issued a bold, clear-cut statement. Iraq is revaluing its currency, the Iraqi dinar. And for the first time, a precise and official timeline was attached. This wasn't subtle. There was no careful phrasing or ambiguous language. It wasn't hidden in a press release or included in vague goals. This was a live, nationally broadcast declaration, and it has now reverberated through both domestic and international financial arenas. According to Sudani, the revaluation is not something projected to happen years from now. It's not even months away. The official target is before the end of the current fiscal quarter. That means the revaluation is just weeks, or possibly even days, away. To reinforce the legitimacy of this declaration, both the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, and the Ministry of Finance issued official statements shortly afterward, confirming the government's plan and offering additional operational details. Preparations are already in motion across Iraq. Banks have begun updating their systems, initiating staff training, and adjusting internal frameworks to accommodate the new currency rate. These are not theoretical actions. They're practical and logistical steps being taken in real time. On the ground in Iraq, the public response was immediate and electric. Citizens filled city squares, waving flags, singing patriotic songs, and celebrating what they view as a national resurgence. This is more than a monetary event. It's a moment of restored dignity and pride for millions. The dinar, once sidelined on the global stage, is being brought forward as a currency of substance and strength. The world has taken notice. Major financial media outlets like Bloomberg, CNBC, Al Jazeera, and the Financial Times reported on the announcement within hours. Social media platforms lit up, with hashtags related to the IQD trending in cities like Baghdad, London, Dubai, and New York. Currency watchers and traders began to monitor the IQD more closely, and Iraq's stock exchange saw an uptick in activity, with some sectors surging in response to the anticipated changes. Behind the scenes, something even more telling was happening. Global financial institutions started moving. While no official statements have come from the major Western banks, internal sources suggest that names like J.P. Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America began issuing internal memos, preparing software updates, and training foreign currency staff for a potential wave of dinar-related transactions. According to banking insiders, high-net-worth clients are being discreetly briefed, and departments are running simulations and updates to prepare for a significant shift in currency flows. While nothing has been formally released to the public by these institutions, their quiet internal actions speak volumes. This is not fringe finance anymore. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is now being treated as a serious global event. For dinar holders, this is a crucial moment, but it should be approached wisely. This is not the time for emotional reactions or impulsive decisions. The rollout appears highly structured, deliberate, and managed to ensure stability and continuity. If you own Iraqi dinar, the most critical thing to do right now is to organize and protect your holdings. Make photocopies and digital scans of all your notes. Store them in fireproof containers, or even better, in safety deposit boxes. Gather any certificates of authenticity or proof of purchase, and keep all documentation together and secure. Begin contacting local banks, especially large Tier 1 institutions, and ask whether they currently process or plan to process Iraqi dinar exchanges. Even if they don't today, that could change very soon. Stay connected with official channels like the Central Bank of Iraq for further guidance, and follow trusted financial news sources for updates. And above all, be extremely cautious. With any major financial development comes the risk of fraud. Scam artists will try to exploit the excitement by offering exclusive exchange rates or promising early access to some fictional insider platform. Don't fall for it. Work only with licensed professionals and verified financial institutions. Inside Iraq, the pace of preparation confirms how seriously the government is taking this. Banks are extending operating hours. Employees are undergoing retraining. New online banking platforms are being launched to ensure that both local citizens and international investors can manage transactions seamlessly during and after the revaluation. This is not the behavior of a country considering a possibility. It's the methodical execution of a national policy plan. Ministries across Iraq are collaborating with international partners, aligning legal frameworks and upgrading infrastructure, including telecommunications, to support the anticipated surge in financial activity. The effects are already spilling beyond Iraq's borders. Regional trade partners in the Gulf are adjusting agreements and supply chain expectations. Countries that depend on trade with Iraq are watching closely, preparing for what could be a significant reordering of regional commerce. Foreign investors are lining up, eager to take part in the next chapter of Iraq's economic resurgence. In the U.S., though federal agencies have not issued official guidance, behind-the-scenes movements suggest that institutions are taking the revaluation seriously. New currency codes are being entered into databases. Compliance departments are reviewing protocols. Foreign currency desks are preparing for increased volume. Private banking clients have been told to gather documentation and prepare to act quickly when the time comes. This isn't chaos. It's coordinated. It's quiet. But it's happening. And it's happening fast. But while this may seem like the end of a long wait, it's actually just the beginning. What happens after the revaluation is just as important as the event itself. If managed properly, the gains from this moment could create generational wealth. But if handled recklessly, they could be lost just as quickly. Start thinking now about how to manage your potential wealth. Speak with certified financial planners, especially those familiar with international taxation, trust formation, and wealth preservation strategies. Consider how you'll protect your assets, invest wisely, and build a long-term plan that aligns with your values and goals. Don't broadcast your holdings online. Don't chase unrealistic promises. And don't let the hype distract you from sound judgment. The real test of success will be in how you handle the opportunities that come next. This revaluation is the result of years of groundwork. Iraq has spent over a decade preparing for this moment, strengthening its central reserves, building up gold assets, passing critical laws, reducing its debt burden, and stabilizing monetary policies. Public outreach campaigns have ensured that Iraqi citizens understand what's happening and are ready to participate in the country's renewed financial system. As Prime Minister al-Sudani said in his historic address, the Iraqi dinar is more than just money. It's a symbol of national sovereignty and identity. For too long, the currency has been undervalued and underestimated. That era is over. Iraq is stepping forward, not just as a country recovering from hardship, but as a nation ready to claim its rightful place in the global economic system. For everyone who has held on to the dinar through uncertainty and doubt, Now is the time to stay focused, make smart choices, and protect your financial future. This moment has arrived through planning, perseverance, and policy, not by chance. The next phase depends on how each of us responds. Thank you for joining us on this historic journey. If you found this update insightful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay informed. Share this with other dinar holders, friends, and family members who need to hear the truth, not hype, about what's really happening. This is the Dinar and Dong Updates channel, where information is verified, perspectives are reasoned, and your financial future is our top priority. Stay informed, stay alert, stay ready.